That's the national leader of the NDC, Senator Soriaki Dixon, earlier today. So let's touch on some more state of the nation issues. You see the xenophobic attacks happening on Nigerians and some African citizens in that country, and the issues back home here, insecurity, economic issues. Now, Democracy Day is tomorrow. Let's get some conversation around some of these issues. I'm being joined by the Director General, Civil Society Organization for Community Advancement and Humanitarian Empowerment Initiative, Mr. Kunle Yusuf, who is live for us in our Lagos studio. Thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf, for your time tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Tomorrow is Democracy Day, and there are a lot of Nigerians who will be asking, have we seen the dividend of democracy? And by the way, since your organization is also some of its mandate on humanitarian issue, see what is happening to Nigerians who are returning from South Africa, the xenophobic attacks. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, thank you so much for having me tonight, and I appreciate this opportunity. Just straight away to your question. It's painful, it's disheartening that this is happening to Nigerians. Listen to what you've said. South Africa is not the nation that's supposed to have done this to us, but this has been done. What do we need to do? So it's to pragmatically develop a concept that will improve our diplomatic relationship, and also the federal government of Nigeria should also begin to review international sanctions on the country that are not friendly to Nigeria. It's done in the whole world. But like the chairman of the commission have said, I don't want to go in much into that. The Minister of Foreign Affairs will take that up, but it's necessary for Nigerians for diplomatic relationship and diplomacy within a global radar. We have to review our diplomatic relationship and international sanctions that will give us a guide and build our image globally. And again, for the state...
Would you say, in view of Democracy Day celebration tomorrow, would you, Nigerians will be asking, have they seen the dividends of democracy?
Oh, good. That again is a very big question, but I'll just go into the issue, supported by logic, science, and data. So as a trained negotiator and social development expert from civil society background, are we moving forward? Yes. I say at speed, gradually. So dividend of democracy, yes, we've seen it, but it's not as expected. So what do we need to do for federal government of Nigeria, for Nigerians to see the dividend of democracy as expected is the question and the answer. But for the question, have we seen the dividend of democracy since 1999? Yes, we've seen it, but it's not as been expected. And what are we need to do as a government for Nigerians to enjoy this dividend of democracy quickly? One, the federal government of Nigeria should first, empower the judiciary, strengthen the intelligence, create a collaborative relationship with accredited civil society, and build a structure around transparency, budgeting, and accountability. Once we do that, it will be easier to skate through on dividend of democracy. Thank you.
But look at what is happening in terms of security, the economy. The question that a lot of people will ask, and if you're talking about democracy, especially under this government of Bola Tinubu and the APC, is whether or not we are moving forward, we are moving in the right direction, in the right of the citizen, the ordinary Nigerian being respected. Are their hopes dashed or hopes kept alive? How would you assess the situation of the country under this present administration?
Thank you. As one of the national leader of civil society organization, especially the accredited member, on the security issue, there are two approaches to it, right? We have conventional security strategy and also non-conventional one. So as a social development expert, I will go into non-conventional one. From civil society background, in a few years, in few years, civil society organizations don't have that robust relationship with security authority. But in the last 4 or 5 years, let's say the last 4 years, particularly in the last 2.5 years, we've created a relationship with chief of civil military relations in defense headquarters. We've created a relationship, working relationship with chief of civil relation matter and the chief of army staff, and we are working collaboratively with the IG operation. So it means that as far as the architectural and engineering of security concerned, we are getting better, but we need to do more. And the strategy we need to adopt now is a national homegrown security. We have to begin to look into a strategy that will be developed to strengthen the homegrown security for development of our security engineering. And in this case, it is important for the federal government in Nigeria to adopt the concept of MPH and HCDs. Simple is adopted in Singapore. They use it in Bangladesh. So the homegrown strategy security is a formula that will also help everybody to control the system and let the local government council control the street architecture, the security architecture of their local government, in partnership with community leaders, civil society organizations, and other notable institutions that can support the government in enhancing the security architecture of the country. So every strategy that is not supported by the principle of logic, science, and data, plus pragmatism, honesty, and meritocracy, it will not work. So for everything to work well...
So the promises, Mr. Yusuf, the promises made by this government, and when you are counting the indices based on promise versus performance indicators, would you say this government is on track?
Well, you know, globally, there are 5 indices you use to rate performing governance, all right? And the first one right now across the board is the Global Sustainable Development Goal, Global Agenda 2030. The second one that you use to rate the performing government is recommendation of COP 30. The second one is Agenda 2040, and the third one is Agenda 2063. Now, in all of these indices, Nigeria is on track. We've seen the indices on the right path, but there are indicators and targets that the government should have to do to increase or improve the indicators. So as far as the indices submitted by United Nations to rate the good governance of the country, we are not crawling, but we are not on high speed.
So the question is, the government says we are making tough policies, but the question is that are the gains being felt? Because a lot of the Nigerian people will say we are feeling more of the pain than the gains promised. Is it hope dashed?
Well, as far as we have moved into economic development discussion right now. We were on security before. Now, on the promise, the government promised the nation, it's by manifesto, okay? And then the last 6 months, we set up a committee of about 27 leadership of accredited civil society who has been moving around the state by state to do scoring and rating. By end of July end, we should be able to have a conclusive and robust conclusion about the indices of good governance, whether the government has already is working with the promise he made based on the manifesto, or whether they have derailed. But as far as the global concern is concerned, the global rating is concerned, all the indices that the government, everybody uses to rate the good governance, we are on track, but we are not as speed as how we should be. And if you give me time, I have an indicators and indices to submit all this. But as far as the security...
Sorry, I probably will have to bring you back. Mr. Yusuf, Director General, Civil Society Organization for Community Advancement and Humanitarian Empowerment Initiative. Many thanks. We're totally out of time, but many thanks for having you tonight. But that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching. Tomorrow is June 12th and Democracy Day. I've got some very interesting conversation in this part of the timing of the program. So join us, our full day coverage for you on the channel. We'll be right back tomorrow. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm Sean Kimale. God bless Nigeria.